Hey guys, Mr. Chapman here. We're up to video 10 in our series on database skills. The previous two videos, we extended our skills based quite a bit, looking at queries and different operators. It may be worth going through those videos a couple of times. It's quite a bit to commit to memory, so it will be handy when you're working through your own projects to go back and have a look at the construction of queries and particularly the use of those different operators. This video, we're sort of winding up the series. This one will be pretty quick and pretty simple actually. It's taking what we've done in our queries and generating reports. The definition of a report is quite simply an organized output of our information. Usually it's for print, but it doesn't have to be, and it's a very quick and easy thing to do. By the time you get to reporting, all of the hard work is done. So this video, I'll just quickly run you through the steps. It's very easy to construct quite a nicely formatted report just using the wizard, but I will take you into the design view as well. There's always a need to be able to just get into the back end and just change a few little things, even if it's just color schemes, maybe adding a graphic, a button, or changing the layout slightly. Okay, so looking at the database, the objects list is growing. We have a range of queries now. We have two forms, which I've spoken about previously, and we have our table, which is the container of all of the information. So the reports, I'm going to construct only two reports because the process doesn't change. And what I would like to then do is finish up this particular video and build the last video, which is just creating some simple macros and tying everything together using the switchboard form. Okay, so jumping straight into it, let's build. We will build a report on. We might build a report on the students that don't play rugby. And I've just had a thought that we haven't got a query in our data set which uses the favorite food graphics. And that's actually a shame because if that actually looks quite good as a report. So I'm just going to go ahead here and just go on the fly. I'll quickly create a query. It's always good for a bit of revision as well. I'm going to do surname, first name, and I'm going to go down and choose the favorite food. And if I run that query, you'll notice that it doesn't show the graphic because graphics don't show in the table view. However, if I was to view that in a report, it will actually work. So I'm going to save that and I'll call it QRY favorite food. Fave food, and I'll use that for one of my queries and the students that don't play rugby. Okay, so I'll close that down and let's go through the very quick and easy process of generating reports. Create. We create using the report wizard because we want access to do a lot of the groundwork for us. Dropping this menu down, Microsoft Access will allow us to construct reports on tables, and we can even choose the fields that go across. So even in this window, we could actually generate queries on the fly, but they don't save as a separate object. So that's worth remembering. So the first one will be favorite food. We'll send all of that information across and I'll just hit finish. So allowing that to run, Microsoft Access is going to generate a new object. It will be a report object. So there's a new menu here and there's QRY favorite food. I will rename that to, I'll save that and then I'll close it and then I'll rename it just so that it makes a bit more sense. Report favorite food. Okay, I'm happy with that and run it. Now you can see that depending on how many records there are, I'm just scrolling through here, you can see that there is the student's name and their favorite food. So that is it. That is how you create a report. It's so simple. However, you may want to go into the design view using the normal method and make some changes yourself. So I'm not overly impressed with that label. I might put in just favorite food report as the text. In the background, just right clicking here, I'll use the color scheme that I've picked up from one of the students because I stole his database, and I will put in the green. I don't think it was that green from memory. I think it was, no, it wasn't that green either. Perhaps it was the previous one. Anyway, we'll come back and fix that up later. Yeah, I think it's that one. Okay. In addition to that, the graphic for the favorite food is quite big and the text is small. I will just use my Shift key and select both of those tabs, and I'll look at the Home tab and just increase the size of that text. Maybe drop it down to 14. Okay. Save that and go back to the report view, and it's just updated with I would say a slightly better color scheme, and it actually ties in with the colors of my other objects. Okay, so that is the entire process of building a report. I'm going to go through and build one more just as some revision, no different to what I've done previously. So create, form wizard. This one will be the students that do not play rugby. I'll send that across. I'll hit finish. You can work through the rest of the wizard and it's just naming objects. So I do suggest that when you're working at your own pace, go right through the wizards and see what's there. That would need to be saved. Okay, I'm not sure why that didn't work. I may have actually chosen... If you haven't picked up the error, apologies. I've actually built a form, not a report, which is quite easy to do. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm actually going to go through the process of constructing it correctly this time. The wizard, that's what we're after. And QRY, not rugby, hit finish. Okay, and you can see that now it has put the QRY, not rugby. I'll close that one down. I'll rename it. So this one will be report, not rugby. Open that back up, and for the purposes of this video, I won't make any color changes, but it is just a matter of going back through and going to the design view and going back through the process of formatting. Okay, so I'll finish this video and we are down to the last one or two videos, which is tying the objects together. So thanks for watching.